What up, crypto lovers and enthusiasts? TGIF. Happy Friday. Yesterday, the Ethereum ETFs were approved. And what happened to Bitcoin? Not much. What can we expect in the short term? We're going to take a look at the past to see. We're going to take a look at what happened with the Bitcoin ETF when it got approved, to see what could possibly happen now. Okay, I'll give you my idea. We're going to take a look at the structure of Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at a few different charts of Bitcoin, just a few alternate lines. And I think that's it. We're going to focus pretty much on Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at one little Bitcoin power law. Okay, I've been following the power law for a little while now. We're going to take a look at also Bitcoin dominance. It says a lot of positive things. All right, and so without further ado, let's do this. Okay, so I did think the ETFs were going to get approved. Political pressure is apparently very strong, right, during election season, and that's positive. And I think from what I see from the political climate, it seems that Bitcoin, right, Bitcoin and crypto is going to be a hot topic, and one that apparently these politicians want to get behind, because it seems that the people they believe that the people want crypto. Right, so that's good. That's positive for us that are in crypto, guys. I thought Bitcoin was also going to come up to 70,000, be right around here, and start establishing a base here. Didn't happen. Okay, right now we're at 68,590. Do we continue down? Is this just a breather from 3 days going down? Okay, and why is that? Why are we going down with the ETF? Ethereum ETF got approved. Well, let's take a look at the past. Okay, the Bitcoin ETF right here got approved on this day right here. Let me just do this really quick right here. The 11th of January, which is this line right here. You see this wick up, wick down, and just stayed a small body. What happened the next day? Big drop. And over the continuing days, it dropped, pretty much bottoming out on the 23rd of January. Remember, it got approved on the 11th, so for quite a few days, it just dropped, and people were like, oh my god, what a disappointment, blah blah, we're going down to, like, I don't know, whatever they thought, 30,000, 20,000, 10,000, whatever people say. People get hysterical, people are stupid. And well, what happened? We just kept going up and up and up and up, peaking on the 14th of March. Okay, and since then we really haven't been able to get past that peak of the 14th of March. We only came close really one day, the 8th of April. Okay, and well, now Bitcoin Ethereum ETF right here on the 23rd of May got approved, and that's pretty strong right there. It didn't do much, right, but it hasn't dropped, and maybe it does drop, but for right now it is keeping this little upward move that we see here. Right, if we can do this, something along these lines. But this little structure hasn't even been broken yet. Okay, and will it be broken? I don't know. I don't think so. Since we kept this upward move, for it to continue that way, right, we can drop as low as 64,800 and still be fine. 64,874 and still be fine. Still be within the structure, bounce off, and maybe try to come up again. Okay, it is possible. All right, it's really tough to predict the future, right? No one has done it successfully, including myself. But we can come close to proximity, right? So I mean, if this continues, I think eventually we will get to 70, right? And then we will try to make an attempt at 73,395, the upper part of the ceiling of this range that it's been in since February 28th, right? This little, I guess you could call it a bull flag, right? This channel, whatever you want to call it. We are going to make an attempt on it. Are we going to break it this time around? I don't know, but we've been coming up towards it since the 2nd of May. Okay, basically all month. All right, trying to come up. I thought we were going to be a little bit more sideways and more down here, to be honest with you, in May. But Bitcoin likes to surprise, and we're on the upper part of this channel now. What can happen there? I am not sure. All right, I'm just playing it by ear. If you want me to give you a prediction, my prediction is this trend will continue, and eventually, maybe not this week, maybe this week. Well, this week is pretty much over. Saturday and Sunday are probably going to be sideways days, little red bodies, more than likely maybe some wicks down, maybe some wicks up, but little bodies probably maybe right around 69,179. Now, here's the thing. Once we get past this area and we establish it as a base, or we get past it and we break through, right? We break through, then what has happened in the past, once we get past previous all-time highs, and this is not abnormal, right? This type of movement from at previous all-time highs, where Bitcoin just kind of chops and tries to break through, but has a tough time and spends time just fighting with it, right? Once it's done fighting and once it wins that battle, it starts moving up pretty quickly. Okay, that's what happened in 2017. All right, let's take a look right here really quick, and then we'll take a look at a couple alternate charts here. It's 2017. Where are you? Yeah, right around here. Yeah, so previous all-time highs. Okay, all-time high from the previous cycle, 2017. Got up to it. We broke past it and it came back down, right? And then it just fought to come back. And once they finally broke through, right? Because this took a little bit of time right here. How much time was from once it touched or got near or got close? 52 days, all right? Almost 2 months, okay? Once it finally did, and it dropped down a lot, came back. Once it finally broke through, guys, look what happened. Boom, 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 all right? So that's interesting. Let's take a look at a couple alternate things here, and then I'll show you the Bitcoin chart. Now, here, this is also a bull flag, right? This is the same Bitcoin chart, the index. As you can see, we retested it, came back down, retested it because we broke out, right? We were retesting it, and so far we've kept it, which means if we continue to keep it, then from here we're gonna start moving up, probably. We could go sideways too. All right, same thing. Another Bitcoin chart. Just we got to break out of this 69,179, like I've mentioned. We've been playing with it for so long. Eventually, we're gonna break through it, guys. Now, it could be that we reject and come back down, but there's just too much momentum. In my opinion, there's just too much momentum on our side right now. Okay, I say the probabilities are that we stay up around here, then coming back down here, and watch Bitcoin say, nah, we're gonna come back down here, because Bitcoin likes to surprise people. But for me right now, I think, you know, this zone is where we're gonna play at for at least the next week. Okay, for at least the next week. I'd say that we're not going to lose this support. Again, 64,800 more or less is where we could drop down to as low and still stay within the structure and still be fine. Okay, so that's the way I see it. If we drop, I don't see us dropping below 64,800. And as far as upside, well, in the short term, this area of resistance 73,395. But once we break out of this area, though, out of this, making make a base here and can clearly break out of this and make new all-time highs, then things are going to start moving relatively quickly up. How I see it, okay. Maybe not exactly like the other one, but it could be that we could start seeing, you know, 80 or 90,000 and start playing up around here and seeing what happens there in the relatively short term. I still think we got a long way to go. Okay, I still think we have a long way to go, and the Bitcoin power law agrees with me. So let's take a look at the Bitcoin power law. Right, so this is the Bitcoin power law. Right, you can follow the guy named Giovanni something on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. He's the one that championed this, and he loves this power law. He thinks this is the real deal, and so far it's proved to be all right. Basically, let me make this a little bit smaller, like this, so you can see it in its totality here. All right, that's the power law, right? And it's funny how, well, we could see the peaks go above the line. Boom, they've gone above the line pretty much every time. All right, so maybe we could expect the same thing. And if that's the case, it's funny how my little box actually coincides with this power law, more or less where it is. If that's the case, if we go over it, then we'd probably hit a peak of 250,000, right? Or around there, 250,000-ish, what I thought could be the case. Okay, so we're playing for that, guys. We're playing for that. So really short term, does it even really matter? I mean, not too much, man. Once we're at 250,000, no one's really gonna remember the fight that Bitcoin had at this level. Okay, let me bring this back down to the. All right, so we still have a lot of upside to go. Okay, we still have a lot of upside to go. And according to the power law, things don't start getting good until later in the year, like November. Okay, September, October, November, guys. Okay, so he also mentioned the guy behind the power law, who's championing the power law, Giovanni. What's his name? I don't know what his last name is. Smart guy. Says sometime according to the power law, says sometime around November. All right, so just really interesting stuff. Keep in mind. So stay positive, guys. Still, we are in this little triangle, right? That I've mentioned to you. Why does this look so strange? All right, what else did I want to show you guys? Oh yeah, BTC dominance. So let me get the power law out of here. Okay, BTC dominance. As long as we're in this little triangle, we are still in good accumulation. So once we get out of this area right here, guys, maybe you have a little bit of time here, but then once we really just move out here, I would suggest standing put, standing tight, holding on to whatever bags you have, not adding, just holding, waiting, and watching the ride play out, and having your plan to sell at some point, either later in the year, or start selling either later in the year, at the end of the year, and into 2025. All right. And now we're gonna finish it off, I think, with BTC dominance. Okay, because it's moved up. Interesting. It's been playing with this descending line, right? Since we broke out of it 12th of April, we've come back down on the 1st of May, and they've been holding this area of support every time we come back down. Boom, once, came up high, twice, and you could kind of see that it's doing something like this. I don't expect Bitcoin dominance to really go too much higher. Okay, there's a ton of cryptos out there, guys. There's a ton of cryptos out there, but you never know. You never know. But I have a tough time seeing that we even get up to 60%. It could happen. It could happen, but it hasn't happened yet. All right. But if Bitcoin starts breaking up hard, cool. Let it happen, because it's gonna take the rest of us altcoin holders along for the ride too. Okay. So we are rooting for Bitcoin to happen. But it's just interesting to see what happens if it's going to hold on to this. Eventually, what we want to see is Bitcoin kind of peak out, right? Wherever it does peak out, and start dropping. Once it starts dropping, then the altcoins are going to have their explosion, okay? So that's what we're kind of waiting for. That's what has been the case historically. Let's take a look at total 3 and we're out of here. A few days of red, but still just bullish, right? And if you don't know, I think this chart will probably top out somewhere up here somewhere. Okay, so we got a long ways to go, guys. All right, we still have a long ways to go. The good times are still in front of us, boys and girls. All right, hope you guys have a happy Friday and have a happy weekend. Recharge those batteries. Come back Monday ready to see what happens with Bitcoin in the markets. All right, I love crypto, so I'm gonna be here watching during the weekend too. Okay, because that's all I do. My kid and crypto and boxing. Guys, if you can, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. I'm trying to grow this channel. All that stuff helps. See you guys Monday. Have a good weekend. Talk to you later. Peace.